Obviously, there's hype the first time you play the damn thing, and then after that, I see it and all this like I noticed that the game started to look bad after I played Mysterious Figure, or after I saw Mysterious Figure. Like I saw Birth by Sleep, or I played Birth by Sleep on the Japanese version, and I played Vanitas Sentiment. I don't think I ever beat Vanitas Sentiment on the Japanese version, but I'm trying to think. But I did eventually beat him on the English version, and it was. And then after that, I would fight MF, or we would see MF, and it was just, oh my god, I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. I honestly have no idea what Square was thinking when they were creating these secret bosses. But I mean, just after I played these secret bosses, pretty much every single problem that Birth by Sleep had just came together and was just increased to the nth degree. It was bad. It was really bad. And after that, I had to do the playthrough of it, and it's just, along with, you know, the game not being all it's cracked up to be, and the recording problems that I've had with it, it's just a really, really, really annoying game to deal with and record and just keep together. And I don't know. I attribute that game to my slump and all that, because I mean, I remember like the one recording session that I did with Ocarina of Time, where I finished up the third, like the Jabu Jabu deal and the whole Zora arc and me finally going into adult form. I remember that it's just recording that game. It's a great game. It's easy to record, and there's hardly any problems at all. And I would just, you know, render that out, send it in. It was easy shit. But now Birth by Sleep is just, it's a pain in the ass. And I know I've said before that if you're gonna play through a game that you actually like. But I mean, I also have my own idea that if you start a playthrough and I don't know, I'm trying to think. Like I guess there's kind of some gray to the whole philosophy that I have, but I mean, if you start a playthrough, I believe that you should at least make a good attempt to finish that playthrough. But I mean, if you're really hating it by like part 4, then go ahead and, you know, end it off. But I mean, in my honest opinion, I think it's just it's best if you go out and make your best attempt to actually finish a playthrough before you try and call it quits. And I mean, I'm halfway through the game, so I'm kind of locked in. But I mean, I think what I'm going to do with Birth by Sleep is just, I'm going to finish the game storyline wise. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going for Vanitas Sentiment or MF. I'm not fucking doing it. It's really annoying, and it's not worth it, and just stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Did I say this yet? I'm not sure, but I'm actually planning on making, or at least after I finish Birth by Sleep, I'm planning on making a video of me saying what I want out of future Birth by Sleep. Not Birth by Sleep, out of future Kingdom Hearts games, because the recent ones are just, they haven't been my most favorite, so that's my spiel about that. So yeah, that's, I guess, if I'm going to attribute anything to me not recording, it's because of Birth by Sleep and all that. So I don't know, that's my long explanation for that. But anyway, what's happened? Yeah, lately, I just came back from spring break, which was, it was decent. I don't know, unless you hadn't noticed, I kind of have, you know, my voice is different, and that's because of a cold or sickness that I developed or gained over in Phoenix, and that kind of sucked. So there's not much I have to say about that, but I don't know. Phoenix was cool. The Grand Canyon was. I went to see the Grand Canyon finally, because we go to Phoenix like every single damn spring break, and I don't know why we don't go anywhere else, but we just keep on going to Phoenix, and just relatives I don't understand why my relatives just don't want to see me, like, for 1 year. Like, they just can't live without 1 year without seeing the grandkids at spring break. It's like, damn, I've had enough. It's really annoying. And personally, the only I don't even see myself or my my grandparents are like the most distant people I could ever imagine that are actually part of my family. It's really weird how they ended up in my family, or how they ended up being my grandparents. But you know, whatever. It's stuff. It's stuff. But yeah, that's Phoenix. We went to see the Grand Canyon, and I mean, Grand Canyon was cool, but I mean, after you see it once, you really don't need to see it any other times. Because, I mean, you know, obviously, it's the fucking Grand Canyon. It's like a mile all the way down to the bottom. So, you know, there's cool factor to that. But after you see it once, you really don't need to go and see it again, which is sadly what we did. We saw it once at one night, and then all of a sudden we're like, hey, let's look at it at different angles. Like, it's the same fucking canyon all the way around, okay? I don't care if this certain perch looks different from that. It's a big, giant fucking canyon with a river going through it, okay? Just, I wish people would understand that so we can go home. And God, I don't know. It's stuff. But I'm trying to think what happened with before that. Oh yeah, we just stayed around home, and I've been trying to make a short film. I don't know when I'm gonna finish that. It all depends on the weather and the weekends and how often I can you know, get things going, because I'm doing the whole thing by myself, like recording and starring in it, and they're like there's actually 6 different roles, actually, I guess you could say. There's 6 different roles. So yeah, there's that. And so it takes a while. Like I think I'm halfway done, but then I have the action sequence to go through, so I think eventually I'm going to have to storyboard that and then, you know, get it all done. And then the editing will be a pain, but I am planning in the future to actually make that movie and, you know, stuff. And also over the spring break, I've actually made my own little business on eBay. And I know this is going to sound really stupid to a couple of you. You might actually remember this from a while ago. I know one person in particular remembers this, but if anybody remembers the phase that I went through, like December of 2008 or 2009, I don't quite remember which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was 2009, but there was a phase when I was just like, I wanted to make I was into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and well, I had been into Yu-Gi-Oh cards long before, but I kind of had quit or something like that. But now I kind of was just like in this mode of I need to make this certain deck or something like that. And so there's like this time when it was like a month of me not making any videos, but I was looking for cards from people, and I don't know, it was a weird time. But now, no, I haven't actually gone back to playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but I've gone out and decided to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I find in Yu-Gi-Oh packs. And basically how it works is, if anybody remembers weighing the packs or scaling packs, you know, people obviously still do that now, but yeah, that's basically what I do. I'll give you guys an explanation of how it works. So, if anybody knows about Yu-Gi-Oh packs, there are 9 cards in each pack, and in each pack there is one specific rare, and that rare varies. It can be either a common rare, which is just, you know, which is considered jank. It's just really, it's not much different than a common, like just barely any better, but, you know, it's a rare, so, you know, good fucking going. There you go. Then there are super rares, which are definitely a lot better than just common rares, but they're super rares, so they aren't exactly the best. And then there are ultra rares, which are the top of the top, the rarest cards that you can find, and usually the best that you can find. But that varies from pack to pack and such, and all that. And I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, they brought back what is it? Secret rares, which are secret rares. They aren't necessarily like the best cards, but I guess you could consider them the rarest cards. So if you're like a big collector of cards, you know, secret rares are just those extreme rare cards that you just will not find anywhere else, which sometimes give you a really good value, or just really good money value, or just good collector's item or whatever. But that's how that works. And then there are also ultimate rares, which are basically variations of common rares or super rares or ultra rares. Ultimate rares are just, they're even rarer than that, and ultimate rares are assholes. But I'll explain that later. But basically, with those rarities, with me selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I want to get the super rares, the ultra rares, and the secret rares. And if I'm even lucky enough to get ultimate rares, then good for me. But getting your chances of getting even a super rare or an ultra rare compared to getting the common rare that you are just practically destined to get with any pack is just, it's so high. So what people have noticed and have done over the years, since probably like the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, is they've weighed the packs. And the way that works is the super rares, people have found out that the super rares and the ultra rares, they have a foil, or they have a specific foil on them, which actually gives the cards just a small enough amount of weight in order for you to determine a difference between the cards. So basically, what you do is you weigh the packs, and more than likely, the heavier the pack, the higher the chance that you're going to get a card with foil, which would be a super rare, an ultra rare, or a secret rare, or something of that sort, instead of the common rare. So basically, that's what you do. You go out. I have a pocket scale. Oh, I think it's in my pocket right now. Not quite sure. Yep, there it is. It's like I'm not sure if it's like American weight scale or something like that. It's a pocket scale. It's able to measure up to 100 grams and measures up to the. I'm trying to think. It measures up to the hundreds place, I think. God, I'm looking at my scale and just messing with it and all that, but I'm okay. So basically, yeah, I have a pocket scale that's able to measure up to very fine gram points, where you're able to find a difference between certain cards. A 10th place scale would work, but I wouldn't recommend it because I don't know. The definition really does make a difference when it comes to the 100th place. The 1000th place, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it to go all the way to the 1000th place at all. I see no reason to do that. But with this scale, you go out and you find a bunch of packs. You find a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh packs that are the same pack, because each pack kind of varies with weight. So you want to measure the packs in category, just like the same pack, and with that, you measure each pack, and more than likely the higher. You take the highest weighted cards, which are usually like 0.1 or 0.2 grams higher than the rest of the cards, which would be common rares. And what you do with those is, you take those and you buy those packs.